Wanted to give you an update on the protest that we had the other day. Basically, in Calgary, we have these huge weather changes that cause incredible migraines. So that's where I ended up. I'm still struggling with a migraine. So, anyway, the crowd was finally divided between the protesters and the counter protesters. Thank God it was moved away from the actual venue so that folks participating in the drag show could just go there as a safe environment. But, it was still very upsetting. I watched Brown security mistreat a black woman, and I mentioned it to them. And only then did they lay off of her. But at the end of the day, there were tons of folks that were not colored there that they did not harass in the same manner as the black woman. They actually had allowed the protesters to be in the parking lot while having the double standard of counter protesters staying out of the parking lot. So eventually we just went back because clearly they had a double standard. We actually watched the Brown security hugging the protesters that were wanted an unsafe environment for the drag show. So that was incredibly disappointing to witness. But, that's the type of pro-Christian, pro-white supremacy that we see from even people of color, that they continue to perpetuate Christianity and unsafe Indigenous environment in general, because at the end of the day, the straight agenda was imposed on these lands, as was English. So, and all of their customs and ideals. So, it was interesting because I had lots of folks say, well, can you explain your sign to me? Which says to me exactly, they don't have anti-racism training, anti-Indigenous training, and they expect me to give them that training for free. Another interesting fallout is, of course, I got some transphobia showing what did happen. And right away, those poor folks with their hurt feelings, they have gotten my video removed so that they can continue to perpetuate their transphobia and homophobia. And now TikTok, of course, immediately takes down an Indigenous woman's content immediately. And that's where we're at. This is 2023. Where somebody like an Andrew Tate, who promotes misogyny, can have a huge platform and be targeted with algorithms for all the youth. And then, folks who are actually doing the work of anti-racism, they immediately get marginalized. So, that's where we're at, folks. So if you agree, please, today is Martin Luther King Day. Go support a Black content creator today and make sure you're listening and not trying to, well, actually, because that's not what we need here, folks.